Oh, hi there, Dan Ammer, Community Manager for Activision, once again back for One of Swords TV, where you, the YouTube viewing public, ask me, the guy at Activision, a question. Just send it to YouTube at oneofswords.com and I will get it, and if I can answer it on a future show, I will. This week's question is one that I get a lot, so I might as well handle it. This time it comes from Ramon Alvarez, who says, how did you receive or pick your nickname, One of Swords? It's actually, as you can tell, it's a very specific name, but I did choose it for a very specific reason as well. Let's see. It all started in 2009 when Activision said, hey, we like what Major Nelson is doing for Microsoft. We'd like to have somebody sort of as our community voice in a similar role. Would that be something you'd be interested in doing? And I was, and we got to talking about it, and they said, well, if you do this, you're going to need your own sort of nickname. What's your current online gaming nickname? And I said, Bunny Ears. And they said, you're going to need a different online nickname. They wanted something that, didn't have any legal ramifications, didn't have my name in it, didn't have their name in it, but just basically felt like a gamer nickname along the lines of Major Nelson or 402. Those are two of the examples that they used. They're like, they mean that person in that role. So we want you to have something like that, but we want you to feel comfortable with it. It should be something that means something to you as well. So, looking around for new nicknames that would not get me laughed out of multiplayer lobbies, I went back to sort of my own history. I've always been interested in the supernatural and the unexplained and things like that. So in college, I tried to learn how to read tarot cards, and I was never terribly successful at it. But one of those cards, I started looking at sort of the cards and the different meanings that they have, and one of them, oh, here we go, it's the Ace of Swords. Now, if you've seen my website in the past, it doesn't have this anymore, but, it's got a big sword on it, at the top, and it's got a little bit of clouds behind it. And for a long time, that was my big thing. And this is why, because I'm just pulling it off the iconography from the card. But more importantly, the Ace of Swords, or the One of Swords in some decks, means clarity. It means, intellect over emotion. And when I took this job, Activision was getting beat down pretty hard by a lot of people who were very emotional. And they didn't have a lot of the facts, they didn't have a lot of the context, but they were like really angry at Activision, and they would believe every terrible rumor, even if it wasn't true. So I realized my role, what I wanted my role to be, was the guy that you could go to at Activision and say, I heard this crazy rumor, is this true? And I could tell you, well, part of it's true, but I think people are taking it the wrong way, or no, it's not true, or yes, it's true, whatever, and let's talk about it. So I realized, the angry fanboy is the opposite. That's emotion over intellect. I wanted to be the guy who was the other way around. I wanted to be intellect over emotion. Let's figure out the facts, let's think rationally about things, and then let's figure out what it means and how we feel about it. So that was supposed to be my goal. I was going to be the guy of clarity, and that's still very important to me. And I still, I want people to trust that the information that I have is genuine. You don't always have to agree with it, of course, but I want you to know that, I'm telling you what I believe to be true. And I want to sort of remove all of the guesswork that comes with being on the internet, I guess. So, good luck to me. The most tarot decks have the Ace of Swords, and aceofswords.com was taken. So I took One of Swords simply because I was able to get to .com, and then of course I was able to get it on Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, Steam, Nintendo Network. I have it there now too. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everything where I was going to be, I was able to get that unified name and that unified brand, so that if you type in Google now, if you type in Ace of Swords, you'll get nothing but the tarot card, but if you type in One of Swords, chances are you're going to get a lot of links that link back to me. So that was the goal. I like it. Also, I realized if you don't know what it means, if you're not into the tarot and you didn't immediately get the symbolism of the sword and the clouds and stuff, swords are in a lot of video games. They're, romantic medieval weapons, and they're very, they suggest nobility and sort of a just cause. And what's wrong with being number one? So I figured if somebody saw One of Swords, even if they didn't understand who I was or what it all meant, they wouldn't immediately mock it the way that they would Bunny Ears. So that's where it comes from. It comes from a very specific thing, and hopefully that makes sense to you. And thank you for the question, because I do get it a lot, and I'm really proud of what we've done, and that's why it's my logo, and I've got a sword going through it and the whole thing. There really is a reason for it. So if you have a question for me here on One of Swords TV, I will give it my best shot to answer it. Send it to YouTube at oneofswords.com, or just visit oneofswords.com, poke around, check out the blogs, check out the giveaways. I'm always doing really good giveaways, and I have a weekly podcast as well. So if you want to hear more, you can. It's free. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.